The Emerald City, Seattle, once gleamed with the promise of wonder and ambition. When eerie emerald auroras ignited the sky, a cataclysm split the earth, unleashing walls of roiling water that swallowed entire neighborhoods and toppled skyscrapers into fragile relics of hubris. 6 months on, the streets still whisper of agony and loss. Amid ash and ruin, reconstruction falters and unseen horrors claim the night. Their black parade marches through ruins, preying on the living. Sorcerers wield forbidden magic, blood-starved vampires and ravenous shapeshifters roam freely beneath the cursed green glow. Pulsing overhead, the auroras serve as a sickly beacon to the darkness thriving below. Yet, there are a few who do not yield to desolation. Hunters rise, armed with blade and conviction, and a vow to drive these monsters back into the shadows. But when hope feels like a cruel joke, can one's soul make a difference? Seattle, under its haunting emerald sky, awaits your courage. Step into Seattle Falling Tide, a HuntertheReckoning chronicle.
Welcome, wanderers, to the shadowed streets of Seattle, a city where the rain never washes clean the horrors that stalk its alleys. I am your caretaker, Tim Dahlia, and tonight we bear witness to Seattle Falling Tide, a HuntertheReckoning actual play set deep within the world of darkness. Here, myths bleed into reality, and every whisper in the dark could be your last. Be prepared for a tale woven from the raw edges of our collective nightmares, body horror that twists the flesh, violence that stains the soul, blood and death lurking behind every neon glow. We will confront mental anguish, power imbalance, taboo desires, and the injustices that haunt us all. To protect our players and you, there's a system of lines and veils in place. If at any moment becomes too much, please breathe and return when you're ready. Our safety, your safety, is as sacred as the story itself. So if you are enjoying the descent, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to follow every pulse-pounding episode. And if you're feeling generous, join our Patreon. Your support sharpens our daggers and deepens the shadows we explore. Every pledge fuels fresher stories, tighter production, and more secrets unveiled. And with this prelude complete, I hand our reins over to Storyteller Sleepy. So lean in, sharpen your stakes, and let the hunt begin.
I am Sleepy. I will be the storyteller for this evening. I would like to take this chance to introduce our well-trained hunters for the evening. Let's start with Scot.
Hello, I am Scot, and I am playing Draven Crawford.
And then we'll go over to Calon.
Hi, I am Calon, and I play Martin Sherman.
And then last but not least, Goss.
I'm Goss, and I am playing Dr. Evelyn Talbot.
All right, so things have happened since in our last few times we have met. You've dealt with some thugs. You got some information on a person who's been causing you problems as of late, Mr. Simon there. You reached out to Jessica to try to get some information passed along about that. What would you guys like to do about all this?
I mean, we clearly need to talk to somebody about this, like one of them, because remind me what we said about, or like what Jessica said, sorry, about when Martin asked her to relay it.
She said that she would talk to Fallon, but as far as she knows, everyone had been told to leave you guys alone.
Okay. So yeah, we'll wait, or no. We at least have that to wait on, for a response if we want. But otherwise, what investigating would we do?
You guys
That's
do
what
also
I was...
still have the burner phone, so that you do have a way to get a hold of Fallon himself, or at least his crony.
Whoever it is that was answering the phone for him.
Right.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that we've, short of actually calling Fallon directly and being like, Daddy, he's being mean to us. I don't really know what all we can do about Simon at this moment, because at this point, while we have some pretty solid evidence that he's messing with us, we don't, he hasn't actually done us harm yet. Like he's just being a nuisance right now. So, yeah, I'm not really sure that there's a lot of investigating to do. Although, it strikes me, is there, other than his loyalty to Fallon, which we have discovered is bordering on yandere at this point,
That's a good word.
It seemed fitting. Is there another motive for him wanting to stop us doing anything? Like, is there some other reason?
Fallon
He's a
specifically?
dick.
Well,
No, Simon.
Simon.
oh, Simon. Okay. I don't know. I think Simon is really just an asshole.
Well, you know, Simon's loyalty is strong, and he mostly does what he's told.
So then we need to figure out why he's got such a hate boner for us.
Well, he doesn't like us snooping into his business,
Maybe he
Which
suspects
means-
it was us. Sorry.
which means we need to snoop more into his business.
Well, that's
his
what I was
touch point.
wondering. That's what I was wondering, is if we dig more into him specifically, maybe we'll uncover something that explains further, gives him another reason to not want us around.
Yeah, I'd say that would be worth looking into because, I mean, he sent people to fight us if we wouldn't leave. So...
I mean, it was a terrible intimidation attempt, basically. Which strikes me as peculiarly sophomoric for him,
Well, what if it wasn't him?
The descriptions matched. Oh, I've had a thought.
That was actually visible.
Oh no. See now, Scott, you've got me wondering. You've got the player wondering.
I think Evelyn, just kind of in her spare time, while we're in this apparent lull, is going to do some digging, some financial and maybe city and county records digging, specifically around Simon, his mechanic shop, and anything else that she can turn up. She's
Okay.
looking at the business side of things now, not the personal side.
Okay. How would you like to go about that?
As ever, follow the money.
All right. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and technology, because I assume you're using a computer.
What else? Of course.
I figure you're not literally out there sniffing dollars, so. But I'm not going to be one to decide what you do with your character.
Natalia might do that once in a while, but okay, so, and this is within my creed?
Yes, you are investigating. You are specifically trying to gain information on the quarry, even though this is ancillary to the quarry.
Well, he's kind of becoming the quarry now. I have 3
Interesting
successes.
point. It appears that the business is fully above board. It's a mechanic shop. There's been a few reports of domestic disturbances, noise complaints, some parties after hours that have gotten a little rowdy, but no criminal activity. All the taxes are paid on time. The business has never changed hands. It opened 15 years ago, and has been Simon's ever since. But it looks like it's a fully legal and functional business. Doesn't make too much money, has never really slipped into the red other than when it first opened and had to, actually start turning a profit. It looks like a moderately successful mechanic shop.
Where did the initial capital come from, and does that tally with Simon's personal tax records?
Yes, it looks like it came from I can't think of the word right now. I almost said indictment. Inheritance. It looks like his grandfather had passed, and with the inheritance, he opened the shop.
Right, and that was probably him as his grandfather leaving himself his money. Got it.
No, you can actually track the death records. It looks like Alexander. I can't say the word. Alexander Porter passed, and you can find records of his life and death, and left the inheritance to Simon Porter. And there are pictures, and it is a distinctly different person.
So he is younger than we might have been assuming, at least on the face of things.
On the face of things.
On the face of things. He pays his taxes on time.
Yeah, everything is above board.
That business is a front.
It's not like remarkable. It's not like he's not like squeaky clean, but there's nothing like actually illegal going on, and there's nothing shady about his business. There's nothing shady about any of his like personal information that you can find online with 3 successes.
Can you get into his books? Like his books? Yeah,
like his compute. Well, I can only get into things that are stored on an internet-connected computer. So that's to say nothing about whatever physical books he might be keeping. So if it's
on a laptop that's never been connected to the internet.
Right. So if it's not online, yeah, they do. If it's not online, I can't see it. 2 things. You said that aligns with his personal finances, like his personal tax records.
Yeah, it looks like he has a small apartment loft above the mechanic shop, and like all of his taxes line up with what he makes in the business. He has like some small investments, and then he has the side business of a import-export at the port.
I would like to chase down those small investments, and then also kind of in the background run a facial recognition on him against whatever databases I can find.
The small investments I'm not going to make you roll for because it looks like just hobby trading. It doesn't look like he's making almost anything off of it, just something he does on the side. But the facial recognition, go ahead and roll for.
4 successes.
You see he comes up a lot in articles from like the early to mid 90s about a lot of union activity. It looked like he was a big leader on the union front for like fair treatment of union workers, and then kind of faded out for a long time before basically restarting his life as a mechanic.
Was that where he was making his money at that time?
From what you can tell, yeah, he worked in the unions.
And he looks like he remained largely above board there as well?
Yeah. You don't find any criminal records on him. Like drunken disorderly, speeding tickets, stuff like that, but nothing like, no like criminal history. Maybe some like got arrested at protests, stuff like that.
And I've already seen his like early life records. We already did that like way back when he first popped up. You know, he went to high school in the area, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
Do I have anything on parents?
Dad was a dock worker. Mom was stay at home. Not much information.
Both passed?
From what you can tell, there's obituaries, but you know what you're dealing with.
Guys, I'm running out of ideas. What was that?
I picked the wrong snack for tonight, but really fancy black licorice.
Looks like you picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah, I'm running out of ideas. I can't. Every direction I turn, he comes up reasonably clean, like he looks human, like he looks like a fallible human.
Well, my 2 cents is you're on the right trail then.
I don't think Simon is a good guy. He's really mean.
You can
Fallon, Fallon, the jury's still out.
Jessica's happy. Or at least she said she's happy.
I have questions regarding Jessica's judgment.
Yeah.
So, there's a few routes that you can go from here. You have contact info for Fallon. You could go and further investigate Simon. You had made contact with Brad about trying to get a meet with him to get some information there. You have other like points of contact to try to get some information, like such as Cherry and some of your other like hunter contacts.
Well, Brad was a Draven contact, if I recall correctly.
I think it was a Martin contact. I have Martin sets up a meet with Brad.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And the response was, you know where my RV is.
Now I have to remember what that was for.
I think it was information on the drug scene and things that.
Oh, right. Yeah, because we had that fancy new drug mentioned to us by my bandmates.
Yeah, the elixir.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. Martin will take off for the RV around sunset or so. You know, the reasonable hours.
Is anyone going with Martin?
Martin would prefer nobody does.
Cool. All right. Well, I have a place for this. Let me find it. Our awesome caretaker gave us so many awesome scenes, and I wish that I could show you all of them, but I cannot find the one I'm looking for right now. There it is.
Classic Winnebago.
Yep. All right. You are walking down the road, and you see Brad's RV. As always, on the door right there on the side is a big LED sign. When you walk up to it, words flash across the front and say, "What will you have?" You would know to just talk to the door.
Yeah. Standard, let's see. What would he normally get?
Joy is a pretty common substance that gets used in Seattle that Martin would probably be familiar with.
Yeah.
I see you laughing over there, Goss.
He'd probably say something like, how does joy get ingested? Is it smoked?
I believe
swallowed?
it's in pill form.
Pill form? Okay, yeah. Few pills of joy and some information.
The screen flashes with a price, and then a little slot opens, and a gloved and very hairy arm extends out with the joy and takes your money. And then the screen flashes again. What information?
What do you know about the elixir? Not interested in buying any, but I want to know about it.
Question marks across. Unfamiliar.
I see. You might look into that one, perhaps, and maybe if you learn something, you could let me know. I'm just curious about it is all, really.
There's a pause, and then favors aren't free, will text.
Always. Just let me know.
And then a bunch of thumbs up go across the little screen.
All right. And Martin will head back to his car with the pills in tow, put them in the trunk, tucked in a little corner, just in case. And he will head back to, I guess, his apartment for the time being, because it's at least temporarily safe.
Yeah, Timmy's in jail.
But he's let the group know that he's made it back safe and everything, made it home safe. And I'm still around if I'm needed.
Dr. Talbot and Draven, any other leads that you guys would like to pursue?
I'm just thinking, personally, this is an aside, but I think Martin may have just started a drug war.
Yeah.
Listen. Oops.
All right.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
If it's between the people I think it is, fuck them.
I'm just saying that both storytellers here probably have just made a note.
Probably. Uh-oh.
All right, sorry for the distraction. Continue.
I cannot think of anything.
I have other places I could go if we want to do that, if nobody can think of anything. Or unless Sleepy, you had more a direction specific for us, of course.
If you guys have leads to pursue, that's kind of where we're at. I just sent a message to one of you, so check your Discords. I don't often do that on the channel because I want the viewers to see, but...
I think Evelyn is pretty stumped, and she doesn't really like that, so she's going to turn her attention to Elizabeth and start running the same queries and facial recognition that she did for Simon, but on Elizabeth, and anything she can find, everything she can find about Elizabeth's history. Everything.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me. Intelligence and technology.
5 successes this time.
Okay, even with that many successes, something is wrong here. You think that things have been removed. Like, where you are expecting to find information, it seems like it's been scrubbed. It seems like this 25-year-old woman inherited a bunch of money from her mother, whose name you can't find, and opened this club and kind of made a name for herself as like a patron of up-and-coming jazz artists. Not much history on her. Her taxes appear to be paid on time. That's pretty much it. She doesn't have any social media presence. All of the social media for the club is handled by someone else. All of the business side of the things are handled by someone else. This woman barely exists.
Yeah, especially if she's supposed to be 25. There's no way there's no social media. Something is weird. Okay. Evelyn would like to keep on that, even if she has to set up longer running query strings that, are going to take a bit to come back. And she's going to broaden the facial recognition, especially to international databases.
Okay. Yeah, with that many successes, I'm not going to have you roll another time. We'll count that towards what you were doing.
Are you hacking Interpol?
You see nothing and I know nothing.
Well, attempting to hack Interpol.
Martin's gonna text the band group chat and ask what everyone's up to tonight.
All right, let me update my notes a little bit. They say that they are taking a night off and relaxing. It seems like it was more of a, one of those, the boss says we need to take a night off and relax. Like, we wanted to go party, but we were told to chill out.
I see. I'm gonna ask, why is your boss deciding whether or not you go out and party? You're off the clock. You don't have that, or she can't say anything about that.
Well, we were talking about doing like some extra work for her and then going out to party, and she suggested that we just kind of take it easy, and we've been kind of going hard, so we figured it was probably a good idea.
Okay, that's fair enough. But also odd for you guys.
We just after the last show and how well it went, we think we're gonna really start taking it serious. We think we might be able to use Elizabeth to start playing bigger venues and maybe get a record deal. And she said that she might go from just letting us play the venue and maybe be our actual manager once we get big.
Huh. And that's all he's gonna say. And he'll to keep them from thinking that he's not excited about it, he's gonna send a bunch of party-faced emoji, party emojis and stuff like that. But he's not going to say anything else, because that obviously rubs him the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's gonna screenshot that group chat and send it into the Hunter group chat with the cringing emoji. The one where he's got his teeth straight out. He's like, "Oops." He's sent a bunch of those.
Evelyn definitely agrees with him.
I personally think that with Elizabeth as your manager, your career will go exactly as she wants it to.
Yeah, that's the problem. What about what we want? Excuse me.
Yeah, that's not a woman I would want to have to work for under any kind of contract, let alone the one you guys already have, which, yikes.
Yeah, well, young aspiring musician offered a very nice contract at a pretty high-end jazz club.
It makes you wonder how many other bands she's done that to, or even just performers, single singers or whatever.
Well,
that's another track Evelyn's going to start chasing down.
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. There's been quite a few very successful acts that have come out of that club. They've gone on to do not major success, but gone on to be fairly successful. Martin could even tell you that. That was part of the selling point of like wanting to sign the contract was like it's what she uses as getting people to want to sign the contract is showing them the success that other X have had in working with her. It's a good venue. You get a lot of like important people coming to see you. You get a fair amount of playtime. You get guaranteed place to play where like people that actually care about jazz music are going to see you with equipment and care and like ambiance that fits what you're trying to do. So it's a great place to get your career started if you're willing to live with the contract.
But what's the catch in the end? Like, if this is the catch now, what does it start to look like later?
Well, maybe in a couple years, Martin will find out. We'll find out in campaign 2.
Contract with the undead, Sony Records. What's the difference?
Honestly.
You're not wrong.
Prince will tell you that.
Let's see, let me... Yeah, I think this is a good time. There's going to be your phones are going to start ringing. And there's a group call coming in.
From?
Jessica.
Ah.
Hello, Jessica.
Yeah, Martin's in.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
Long time no hear.
Yeah, about that. What the fuck are you guys doing?
What?
I told you to back off, and you guys are still doing your fucking hunter shit.
What are you talking about?
I heard about what happened with some of Simon's people, and you guys are still looking into them. You're still getting involved with Fallon and his stuff. I told you guys, everything's cool. What are you doing?
We're not doing anything with Fallon at all, and Simon's people came after us.
As if. What? Why? It would only go after you. You guys are clearly still on the hunt.
No, we're really not. We were sitting around at FDR's, and they came in looking for us.
Like, fully, they walked into FDR's and told us to leave, like, Seattle. They told us to completely get the fuck out.
On top of that, when we left there were a couple of people that were following us. So we turned the tables on them and followed them to Simon's garage. I mean, that's been the extent of it.
Otherwise,
go ahead and roll a manipulation and persuasion.
Is there any way that Martin can help with that?
Sleepy?
I would say that whoever has the higher ability can roll with an extra die with help from the other person.
I will take that roll then.
I am also going to warn you that if you fail this roll, the danger is going to increase.
But no pressure.
None whatsoever.
And at this point in the campaign, the danger meter is turning into a ticking clock that I will not reveal what the clock is ticking down to.
Great. Okay. I have a proposal to change manipulation to charisma.
I will allow it because of the tone of your guys' voices while you were talking to Jessica. I will give that to you based on the way you role-played that conversation.
Cool. Okay, so charisma and manipulation plus 1 die, right?
Yes.
Or, sorry, charisma and persuasion.
What is Jessica's charisma and manipulation?
3 for charisma, 2 for manipulation.
So 5. I'm going to say you're going to need 3 successes here. Or no, I'm going to make this an opposed roll.
Oh, opposed roll.
Yeah, she would be actively opposing this.
So this would be probably just a straight willpower roll then.
Yeah.
Or a composure resolve, whatever.
No, I think it would be willpower.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this within Creed for Martin?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was thinking, but I figured I'd ask just in case. 2 big flames, 2, so I crit. That's 4 successes.
Tie.
Ooh, a tie. How do I want to do this?
Typically...
Hold on,
Wow.
I'm missing some dice here. I only have 4 here, and I should have 5. At least, I should have 6. Yeah, because my
That might make a
charisma is 4. I should have 7.
For the record, Draven is face
somebody
down
put
on
a-
his couch holding the phone up to his ear, and he might be drunk.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's weird. It's not showing 6. Something went a little weird with the roller here. I'm not sure. Somewhere along the lines, some of the images got corrupted here. We can fake it. I'd say, if you rolled 4 dice and you were supposed to roll 6, the law of averages is that other one would have been, one of the other two would have been a success. So we could say 5 if we were to fudge the math on that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I can find a way to, I don't know if I'll be able to fix that in the moment, but yeah, whatever. So 5 successes versus my 4. Look, I'm just saying, you're nosing into my business, and I'm really trying to not have this go down the way I'm afraid that you guys are pushing it.
We're not trying to push it anywhere. I promise.
Absolutely not. We will. The extent of anything that we would ever do at this point is just to protect ourselves. There is no way in hell that we would get in your business without you asking for help.
All right. Yeah, I suppose so. It's been a rough day. Okay, fine. I'm sorry to bother you.
You're not a bother, Jessica. You never will be.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, dear.
I think with that, Jessica would hang up and let you guys continue.
Okay, phew. I really don't want to piss Jessica off to the point where she just cuts ties.
Yeah.
So, clearly someone has been telling Jessica different information than what you told her.
I can tell you right off the bat the prime suspect is Simon, and/or one of his flunkies. Whoever it is that's sending people after us is probably the source of that information to Jessica.
I think it's time we just call Fallon.
The problem I have with that, and it's not, let me throw it out and see what you guys think then. My concern with contacting Fallon is that he asked us to back off. I haven't touched Fallon's business of any kind since we had that conversation. And also, who's he going to trust? His right-hand man or people he just met who weren't that fond of him and maybe still aren't, and might even be a threat at some point?
We could be apologetic about it, and maybe that won't make a difference, but
I don't want to come off as bothering him with something that he would potentially view as being trivial or a lie, an outright lie.
Yeah.
Also, Draven, are you okay over there? You're looking a little green around the gills.
What? Are we done? And he hangs up.
All right then. Anyway.
I'm gonna go poke Draven and see if he's puked into the couch cushions there.
No.
All right. Have fun.
Probably not, but we can talk later.
Yep. See you.
And Evelyn hangs up the phone and goes over and taps Draven. Like, she doesn't move quietly. She's like deliberately making noise as she walks over to him and then taps him on the shoulder. Hey, are you all right?
Yep.
You sure about that? Because you're not looking so great.
Oh, he's fine. Draven's fine. It's calculating.
Is that a buffering symbol I see on your forehead there?
Yeah.
Okay. And Evelyn goes back to her computer. I am assuming they're both in the safe house because that's kind of what my impression was.
It's a well-stocked bar.
It's good booze.
It is a second-generation Hunter's safe house. So I would assume there is a stock of liquor going back 40 years, at least.
Oh, I'm sure. Yep, I'm sure. That 40-year-old Jack Daniels over there.
Yeah, there's probably liquor in this house that hasn't been in production in 20 years. There's probably liquor in this house that's never been in production other than in the basement of this house.
That would surprise me, not at all. And it's probably indistinguishable from lighter fluid.
I'd try it.
Evelyn's just going to go back to her poking around after Elizabeth.
Yeah, the more you search, the more you just hit dead end after dead end. It feels like pretty much any existence of her prior to like maybe 10 years ago when is just scrubbed. It doesn't even seem like she has like an actual cell phone.
That's a little odd considering what business owner is going to be able to run a business of any kind without some way to contact them. So that suggests that Evelyn's going to shoot a quick text to Martin. Hey, have you ever seen Elizabeth using a cell phone? Like, does she have one of her own?
Yes, she has an old school clamshell flip phone.
There you go. Martin's gonna first says, yeah, she's got a drug dealer phone.
It's probably a burner.
Probably.
Yeah, you've only ever seen her with like an old school flip phone.
She probably trades out the SIM cards.
I don't know that one, I don't think. Do I?
No idea. You've never seen her use a computer. As far as you know, all of the internet stuff is handled by her assistant. Like the assistant manager of the bar.
Yeah.
Or the bar manager.
Does she seem like technologically inept or like...
It doesn't seem that way. It seems like she has other things that are more important to her. Like it seems like she's just uninterested.
Interesting.
Because the bar itself has like state-of-the-art POS systems, amazing light system, sound system. But she herself doesn't do any of the bookkeeping on the computer. She doesn't have a smartphone. You've never seen her use the computer at the club.
Yeah, okay. So she honestly just avoids technology as much as she possibly can. Not like going out of her way to avoid it necessarily, I guess, but enough that it's weird, you know?
Evelyn is gonna start expanding that facial recognition search backwards in time. So it's not just global, but also back to the beginning of the, I was going to say the beginning of the century, but I think we're going to go back to the beginning of the 20th century, just as one of the parameters.
Okay. Still no hits. It appears that any record of this person has been scrubbed.
So that kind of scrubbing is expensive and time consuming. So now I'm thinking of looking for that kind of money movement. Kudos to you, Sleepy. You have stumped me.
These are, dare I say it, very Ventru levels of money required.
I may have done some research.
Or perhaps Toreador.
I may have done extensive research.
Mm-hmm.
I also was getting ready to run a vampire game off camera for a while and had both a Ventru and a Toreador in the party. Well, let's drive things forward a little bit then. Dr. Talbot, the burner phone is going to ring.
Draven appears out for the count, so she's going to pick it out of his coat pocket and answer it. Dr. Talbot?
Dr. Talbot, you are a very brave woman. It's Fallon's voice on the phone.
Okay. I'm going to take that as a compliment, but to what do I owe the honor?
Oh, I meant it as a compliment, but I thought we had an understanding. And you have greatly upset someone that was of what I hoped was going to be more value to me. And now I'm going to have to do something to make them of actual value to me. And I wasn't ready to do that yet.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry that I've disappointed you, but I'm not entirely certain to what you are referring, because I have also believed that we had an understanding, and I have believed I had stood by it.
A video of you harassing and chasing my men through the streets. Simon has video of you casing out his mechanic shop. I told Simon to leave you alone. I argued with Simon and even came to blows with him. I do not like physical confrontation, but I do not stray away from it when it is necessary. I need to have a chat with a mutual friend, probably tomorrow night. I highly recommend you do not interfere.
Wait a minute. What did he say? I only heard part of that. I need to have a chat with who?
Our mutual friend, probably tomorrow night. And I highly recommend that you keep your nose out of it.
Fallon, I believe that you've only been told part of the story. And it benefits the party.
Jessica has told me what she told you. And I believe that you have done your best to hold your end of the bargain the way a mortal can, but you are incapable of understanding the bigger picture. And I can't jeopardize what I need to do. And you are managed to stop being a nuisance and become an obstacle. And that is a problem.
In what way? Because my understanding is that Simon sent a couple of thugs into a local bar to harass us into leaving town, and then set a couple of his, I assume his, associates to follow us through the streets. We caught them, turned the tables, followed them back to Simon's garage, and I presume that's where the footage came from. And then we have returned to our normal lives. So how is it that I have upset you?
You have caused me to have to remove one of my lieutenants because he became obsessed with you. And now I have to replace him. And unfortunately...
For that, I am very sorry, but I'm afraid that was not under my control.
And yes, but I am just letting you know, the next thing that is going to happen, if you interfere with it, I am not in control of what will happen to you. And this is where we're going to end our session.
Damn.
So I assume he hung up right there.
Yes.
Okay.
So just to be clear over what he said, he did say that this discussion with a mutual friend tomorrow night.
Right. Who the fuck would that be?
And he's replacing Simon.
Right, which, Evelyn's not sorry about that. She doesn't like Simon. Simon's an asshole. That is not my fault. However, unless he kills Simon, that could be a problem for her down the line. So...
If he fails to kill Simon, that could be a problem too.
Well, that's what I mean, yes. Because he, at the moment, is the leash on Simon. If Simon decides that he's been cut loose and survives that, we could be in a lot of trouble.
Are we off recording?
I can be, if that's cool.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and, let's just zip this up and